Rudabeh Shabazi.
Well, millions of Southern California families are facing a crisis this weekend when federal funding for food assistance will be cut off.
The situation is so dire, one city in the Mojave Desert is planning extra police patrols at grocery stores.
Well, CBS LA political reporter Tom Waite joins us live in studio tonight. Tom, this headline sounds unsettling. Is this where we are?
Yeah, I mean, it's dystopian, right? People are in such dire straits right now, as you pointed out. So Barstow is a small city on the road to Vegas. Many of us have been there. It has a high poverty rate. Their police department announced it will have extra officers watching grocery and news across the country of a full-blown crisis that could arrive in just
morning that are embracing themselves for further pain and hardship will highlight some ensuring that this shutdown continues past the November 1st deadlines for the American people. It means that tens of millions of American families will struggle to...
Good evening. I'm Pat Harvey.
I'm Rudabeh Shabazi.
Welcome to the Daily Read, and I am your host, Marcus Gentry. Today is going to be the last show of the year. This is going to be wrapping up season 5. Next year around January 3rd, we'll start on season 6. And this has been a wild year. I always talk about how I would never dance with the devil to beat a demon. But many of us have done that. Make no mistake about it, women, you are under attack. You're under attack. And the Democrats are helpless to do anything about it. You see, this is 40 years in the making. I also talk about how the patriarchy didn't really want to share power with women. Understand where this is going. The patriarchy didn't want to share power with women. So what they did was they allowed women to govern over the poor and the middle class. There are at least two degrees of separation between middle class men and the patriarchy men at the top. In between that are the women. These are educated women now, boss chicks, women who have created their own empires, but they've forgotten their role and who they are. They are not men. That's not me being misogynistic or anything like that. We are builders and destroyers. Women are nurturers. Women come in after the war is done to heal the earth and raise the kids. Whether we lose the war or we win the war. And for 40-something years, almost 50, ever since the Civil Rights Movement, women have gained more power. And it's gotten out of control. You got young men, they call them YNs, and I'm not saying blacks. When I say YNs, I mean white YNs too. You got young white guys out here just as bad. But you got the YNs running around, no education, don't want to go to school. When we used to fight to get in school, all they want to do is fast money. They get that from their mothers. The welfare state is gone now. It's about to be a new America. What it's going to look like, who can say? But the Republicans have an idea of what they want. The Democrats want to keep the status quo. And there's a reason behind that too. The Democrats have built a system of wealthy men and wealthy women, mediocre women, and then all of the, I'm not even going to say slaves, but the average workers. That's the system that they built. And they like it. these suave dudes, you got a couple of million in the bank, they can run around with the women in the Ferraris, the Lamborghinis. They built this society, and the society is about to be torn down. We are about to see who the real besties are in America. It's about to get real. Let's get into the show.
The Daily Read, your source for news, politics, sports, and all things trending. Here's your host, Marcus Gentry.
You hear that? It's always been about power with these women. That woman right there is mediocre at best. Look at her. She's a 5 with a lot of makeup on, trying to build herself up to a 6 or a 7. She mediocre. And she had the gall, the arrogance to act like we men are the help. We black men in particular are just the help. This is the arrogance that's being torn down. Right here. Let's continue on.
I want to do what I want to do is. I say, I really feel like I don't care what nobody say. I really feel like thinking about the psychology of things. I really feel like
before she continue on, she ain't even a 5. I give her a 4 at best. Look at that hairline. I give her a 4 at best, and she probably got 2 or 3 kids by 2 or 3 different men. That drops her down to a 3. And she might be big, a big girl. She around 2 or 3. Listen to the arrogance in this uneducated woman's voice. Listen to it. Listen to the vitriol.
black men are addicted to struggle and poverty. Poverty. We can't come up with a whole language. It's not even a word. Poverty. Hold on, maybe I'm bugging, maybe. Are addicted to struggle and poverty. Come on, man. Come on.
Crazy.
Come on. First of all, salute the black man. Look at this Keisha right here. Her hairline is pushed all the way to the back of her dome. She got the launch pad, McQuack jaw. She's a big bag. She's at the very bottom. These Keishas are at the very bottom. But
this is what society built right here. And what she builds is YNs. Pay attention, fellas.
probably like AC, why you doing videos like this? Because I want y'all to understand the reason why you see a lot of black men and black males doing these videos on, these Keishas with these food stamps. Because I could show y'all for years they made videos talking about how broke we were they made videos saying we don't have any money. For years, they made videos saying we're not wealthy, you know, we're poverty prone, you know, we don't have no bread. This is what they were doing for years.
But they were doing that to the middle class and the poor men. This girl would melt like butter if a dude pull up in a Lambo. Melt like butter. But she's shitting on average men. One of these men probably is her husband. The bus driver, the school bus driver, the concrete layer, the brick mason, the nurse, the male nurse. That's her husband. But her arrogance is causing her to believe her status is bigger. This is what they're tearing down right here. Pay attention, fellas.
And black men, it didn't say anything about it. Maybe a few, but for the most part, black men just let it slide. Let these bums talk crazy about us. And what they were trying to do, they were trying to convince other races of women.
I'm gonna stop one more time, real quick. The reason why they were tearing us down, not only because they're trying to keep other women from wanting us, but because the status quo at the top over them is making them believe delusionally that they're better than us. Pay attention. We can't contest this. Because now if you contest it and tell her, bitch, get out my face with that bullshit. You ain't got to be violent with her, but tell her to step off. Go on about your business, bitch. Here come Johnny Law. Here come the patriarchy. Trying to tell you that you don't like your mother. That you don't like black women. Let's continue on.
That we were at the bottom, so they wouldn't want us. So we be stuck with them. So for all you simps out there, you know, feeling bad, because I see simps saying, oh, you know, don't talk about somebody's, you know, downfall or what they're going through. Yes, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to make fun of it. I'm going to make fun of it and I'm going to laugh. Because this is what they were doing. I'm just reminding you, just don't feel bad about what's going on with them, because this is what they were doing with us. This was a few years ago. They were just on TikTok. They're making, you know, videos on Instagram. Just throwing shots at us for no reason. Oh, we're this, we're that, we're poor. Now look at them. Look at them. They ready to storm all the Walmarts in the United States over SNAP benefits. over EBT. You don't get more poor than that. You don't see black males. You don't even see Becky's and Maria's. Yeah, Becky's and Maria's receive food stamps. Brad receives food stamps. Not as much as Becky, but they still receive food stamps. Hector, you know, receive food stamps. Not as much as Maria, but they still receive food stamps. The men don't receive food stamps like that. They really don't. But out of all the, you know, EBT recipients, right, the only race that's complaining, the only demographic that's complaining is them.
And this is the crux of all of this. They are about to show you who the real Dusties are in America. Who's on the real struggle bus in America. They're about to show you. The longer this government shutdown goes on, you're going to really see a lot of the bad behavior and shit going on with these women in public. I don't give a damn what they do in private. That's not my business. But you're really about to see everything turn up to another level. The prostitution, the porn, the OnlyFans, jumping from man to man. It's been going on, but it's been hidden under the fact that I'm a woman, I can do what I want to do. I'm a woman, if I'm not satisfied with what you offering, I can go to another level. That's not throwing shade or hate. What they're saying is that you on my level, but you think you on another level, and you're not. This is what's going on in this country. And everything's about to be jacked up to 10, on level 10. Some of these women are going to try to play like they have fake femininity. They're going to try to get back with dudes. Some of them might even get married. And then the problem is going to start. Once they slowly start giving out food stamps again and government assistance again, you're going to really see all of the funds that you gave to these women over the months or the weeks or the years. You know, they really didn't want you, but they needed the assistance because the government has cut them off. It's a wrap, and it's not coming back. I talked about Charlie Kirk, and I tried to tie that to the whole Charlie Kirk situation where they flew the flags half-mast after he died. He wasn't even a senator. He wasn't even a president. But there was a reason for that. The reason they did that is because he was the next in line. And they're letting the world know he was the next in line to take over. They got other guys in the Republican Party, but those guys wear their bigotry on their sleeve. Charlie Kirk didn't wear his bigotry on his sleeve. He was a word master. He knew how to manipulate them words. Now that he's gone, the Republicans are scrambling. But what they've already started, it's going to leave a long-lasting effect on America and these women. Let's continue on.
Good evening. I'm Pam Harvey. I'm Renovation Bossy. Well, millions of Southern California families are facing a crisis this weekend when federal funding for food assistance will be cut off.
The situation is so dire, one city in the Mojave Desert is planning extra police patrols at grocery stores.
Well, CBS LA political reporter Tom White joins us live in studio tonight. Tom, this headline sounds unsettling. Is this where we are?
Yeah, it's dystopian, right? Just people are in such dire straits right now, as you pointed out. So, Barstow is a small city on the road to Vegas. Many of us have been there. It is a high poverty rate. Their police department announced it will have extra officers watching grocery and convenience stores. Then that's to be proactive and deter desperate or hungry people from stealing food. That announcement has now quickly become news across the country of a full-blown crisis that could arrive in just days.
Like we're literally on the internet talking about committing crimes, right? Over some stuff, EBT and food stamps.
Let me stop her real quick before she continue on. Look at this woman. Remember what I said, people. You got the patriarchy. These are your millionaires, your thousandaires, the guys that got the Audi, the guys that got the BMW, the guys that got popularity in their hoods or in their neighborhoods, the actors, the singers, the rappers, the football players, the basketball players, the hockey players. That's the patriarchy. Up under the patriarchy are the educated women, the millionaire women. Some of these women are married to these men. Those women sit right up under the patriarchy. And then you got Bonquisha. You got these women. She a four at best. You know, she might not be a big girl, because her face don't look like she's a big girl, but she's hiding her body. And there's no telling how many kids she got, but she's a 4 at best. And these are the women that think they are top tier, that think that they don't need to be with a construction worker. These are the women who lead the charge in building YNs and then complain about them when it comes to somebody else's son who's a YN. But they build YNs too. This is a tragedy that's happening in America. And I want my people on iHeart Radio that can't see the video to go to YouTube to the Daily Read with Marcus Gentry and look at the video. This is a tragedy that's been building in America for 40 years. And there's no end in sight because things are about to be up. And see, the problem with this is they're not just going after you women's finances that's propping you up. They're finna go after your YNs too. They're finna go after the young men that you raised. Because what happens is when these women start struggling, instead of going to find them a husband to be covered, they rely on their son husbands to take up the slack. And the government is saying, no, we're not going to do that. That son husband of yours that's selling dope, that's giving you a couple of $100 every now and then, helping mama out, they finna take him off the streets. They're attacking American culture that's been built for the last 30, 40, 50 years. They're attacking it on all fronts. All fronts. Even the welfare, child support. They're starting to give men the kids now. Alimony. They're starting to tell you women, no, you can't get lifetime alimony. You might get 2 years at most. We don't care if you was married to him for 25 years. You should have stayed with him. You've been married to him that long. Now you want to take half and be a 50-year-old whore, a rich 50-year-old whore out here after you done took half of a man's money? They finna put a stop to all of that. And the Democrats are powerless. Let's continue on.
Now, this particular young lady, I can find the video where she's actually speaking, so I'm gonna play the actual what she said exactly. Okay, I just have this photo here because she was basically trending, and her photo and video is being posted in other locations, but they're removed, right? Because she's basically inciting black people to rob white people. Why? Why white people? There are white folks, okay, that are also on SNAP and EBT and collecting food stamps.
Well, good morning, everyone. We are now beginning day 30 of the Democrat shutdown. And there are millions of Americans this morning that are bracing themselves for further pain and hardship. We'll highlight some of that this morning. The Democrats, incredible.
This right here, I want to end the show with this. This right here is a powerful chess move by the Republicans. They know what they're doing. They're finna put a stop to all of the shenanigans when it comes to these women in society. And how they're doing it is they producing the policies, but they're blaming the Democrats for it. I mean, you can't make this shit up. Not Kevin Hart, but Kevin Samuels is you know, he's flipping over in his grave right now. Because he told you winter is coming and winter is here. He said winter is coming and November 1st is here. You got women running around talking about robbing white people when they come out the grocery store with their groceries. I mean, straight shenanigans. But it's showing you who the real villains in this story is. On all fronts. On all fronts. They're coming for you. Let's continue on.
League are showing no signs at all that they want to end their shutdown. Now, they'll have another opportunity today. The Democrats in the Senate will have their 15th opportunity to do the right thing. We're concerned that they won't. And if they reject this for the 15th time, they will be...
See, what the Democrats want is for them to be able to put things inside this new bill for the women. Okay? The Republicans are saying, no, we're not doing that. We're going to push this bill through without all of this extra fat that y'all trying to give away to people. So the Republicans have made the policies to go after the crumb bums, and the Democrats don't like it. Because like I said, the Democrats have been the main pushers of all of the stuff that's been going on in our society over the last 40 years. And there was a funny, it was not funny, but I got dark humor in me, so it was kind of funny to me. But I think it was Lyndon Baines Johnson who was overheard saying by a maid after they passed the Civil Rights Act that the Democrats will be in power for the next 100 years. And it hasn't quite been 100 years yet. It's been almost 50. But the Democrats basically have been having their way with giving out freebies to black women and women in general. Immigrants, all of that, for the last 50 years. And it's been keeping them in power. But the Republicans, now make no mistake about it, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat, but the Republicans, I can't speak on all of them being racist. I can't say that. But the Republicans have said it's enough. There is no more slavery. There is no more, Civil Rights Act. We're all Americans. Everybody's born with an opportunity. Get out here and get it. Or become somebody's whore. Plain and simple. Get out here and get it, or become somebody's, side chick, somebody's whore, somebody's, whipping post. That's the American way now. Let's continue on.
Ensuring that this shutdown continues past the November 1st deadline, and that is a fateful deadline for a number of reasons. Starting on Saturday, let me give you a list of things that this means for the American people. It means that tens of millions of American families will struggle to keep food on the table because the SNAP program benefits will run dry. It means that WIC assistance, that's women, infants, and children, the nutrition programs, will be at risk of running dry. It means that Head Start centers, which serve 60,000 children nationwide, will be at risk of closure. Millions of federal workers, and we've listed them here every day. You're talking about air traffic controllers, and TSA agents and park rangers and border patrol agents, law enforcement around the country, the stewards of our nuclear arsenal, will miss their paychecks. Thousands of flights, by results, will be canceled or delayed, while our borders and national security will be directly jeopardized at a very dangerous moment in world history. And our country will lose tens of billions in gross domestic product. With each passing day, the pain gets more real, and the Democrats are guaranteed when they vote to reject our clean funding resolution. We expect they will do that again today for the 15th time. They are showing no shame whatsoever. The team.
I just want to say for the last show, it's been a very interesting 5 years since I started this. People have been trying to tear this down, but they can't. One thing about being self-funded and not having to rely on money or influence by outsiders is that I get to say what I want to say, how I feel, how I look at things, and don't worry about no blowback. Don't worry about nobody taking my check, none of that. I advocate for men, period, white or black, but mostly black men. I advocate for men. And a lot of, and the main reason why is because I know how it feels to be on the other end of it when people try to shit on you, especially women. And when you stand up to them, you get attacked. I understand that. I've been through it, and I see what's going on. A lot of people can't see what I see, and that's okay. Get your passports. Find you a wife outside of the country, and mainly not in a European country, because they're almost like America. Canada and Europe, most of those places are like America. People will try to shame you and say you're taking advantage of poor women. But women are women, right? They want a man who has things to offer them. Okay, cool. The thing about it is, what's the difference between an American woman saying that and a woman from the Philippines, or a woman from Vietnam, or a woman from Brazil, or Argentina, or the DR? What's the difference? I'm going to tell you what the difference is to me. The difference is you have appreciation from those women. You have femininity. And you don't have to worry about a lot of things unless you bring her back. And then she be influenced by American culture. This is my last show for this season. I think I'm going to catch a flight somewhere one of these months. Either this month or next month. And I'm going to get everything set up for January 3rd. And we're going to talk about it. Because there's going to be a lot of things that pop off between now and January 3rd. And you're going to see a lot of things pop off in this country that it's going to blow your mind. Especially now that they're going to take these stamps. And like AC said, Hispanic women get stamps, white women get stamps, but black women are the only ones that are up here on national television and YouTube and TikTok talking about robbing people for their groceries. And the reason why is because even though you have modern white women and modern Mexican and Hispanic women, those women still hold true to the man leads their communities. Our community is not like that. If you make under $100,000 a year, you live under a matriarch. The only way you can break out of the matriarch is if you make over $100,000 a year. Because now, she could take it or leave it. Get on about her business. You got to understand how things are going in this country. This is the Daily Read, and I'm out.
The business, motherfucker.
The Daily Read.
Business.